All right. Shame, shame, shame. This is a really good story. Where's Sam? Because he pulled this and he gave us a little inside scoop. But basically, is this Arnold Diaz and his dumb mustache?
Yeah.
He's the shame on you guy. We play the shame on you clip when Jimmy bombs every once in a while. We give where's that shame on you clip? I want to play it now for everybody. And what? He changed networks there, Sam?
Yeah, I think so, because at some point he changed from shame on you to shame, shame, shame.
Wait.
It's a similar jingle.
It was shame, 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 shame on you.
Right.
Yeah.
But so now it just goes shame, 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 shame.
No, it goes shame, shame, shame.
Oh, right.
That's it?
Shame, shame, shame.
Well, I need the original shame on you clip so we have a reference point, but I can't find it.
Hold on. E-Rock and all his athleticism has burst into the room and is quickly rifling through. Right. There he goes.
Shame on you!
By the way, I don't like the fact that Eric always walks like he's exasperated on his way to do important tasks. Right now, he's just running in there because he's afraid flies are mating on his baloney. Creep. What a creep. He always runs in like, all right, guys, what's going on?
Chop.
Task at hand.
All right, so now it's just shame, shame, shame.
Right.
And he went to a bakery?
Yeah, there's a bakery in Greenwich.
Greenwich, Connecticut, Greenwich...
Yeah, Greenwich, Connecticut.
Greenwich, Connecticut, really?
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I believe that.
Yeah.
I drove through there recently. It is awfully white.
Yeah.
And you know they have meetings.
Is that where Letterman lives?
You know they have after-hour meetings.
Letterman lives in Greenwich.
He lives in... Well, I know where he lives.
Do you?
Yeah, because I'm a stalker of David Letterman.
Where Vince McMahon lives, too.
Vince lives in Greenwich?
Yeah.
All right, so the bakery is making Drunken Negro face cookies.
Yes.
And that's what they're calling them.
Yes. They're like chocolate cookies, and they have little cherry eyes, and then big stretched out chocolate noses, and big stretched out chocolate lips.
Oh, the Drunken Negro cookies.
Drunken Negro
face. Oh, yeah, those are delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's, you know, my sister makes a fine treat from time to time. She's known for her cheesecakes at F.H. Riley's, my brother's restaurant in the heart of Huntington Village. I'll be there this weekend. I might have to tell her about these Drunken Negro face cookies.
Obviously, they're getting a lot of publicity.
Dude, it looks like a third grader made this.
That's horrendous.
I was excited. I thought I'd see a work of art. This thing is awful.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the shame, the Drunken Negro face cookies. And Arnold Diaz and his pedo mustache.
He attacks the tough targets. So this guy gets things done.
He sure does, Jimmy.
Shame. While much of America celebrated Barack Obama's inauguration, one Greenwich Village baker marked the occasion with this controversial cookie.
Drunken Negro face.
You know, the guy was celebrating too. He just did it a little differently.
Drunken Negro face.
Drunken Negro face cookies. That's what Ted Kefalinos, the owner of the well-known Lafayette French pastry.
I felt the Negro should be celebrated, so I made cookies with little red eyes. That's all I have.
How are the cookies selling, Ted?
Very well. You should enjoy one of my Jew cakes.
You have Jew cakes.
I certainly do. Very inexpensive ingredients and a giant nose on them.
What's in your Jew cake?
I don't know, Gregory. I haven't thought this one through. I was attempting to wing it, but I'm too tired.
Well, we still have a couple hours to go, so maybe we will.
I wouldn't keep my hopes up very high. No, this is as good as it's going to get for Ted. I'll probably just repeat drunken-faced Negro cookies many times.
Can you send the picture of the Drunken Negro cookies, please?
You should try my Ethiopian cakes. Yeah. You open up the cake box and nothing falls out. Swing and a miss, Ted.
Oof. And for everybody following me on Twitter, Opie Radio, you're going to get a picture of the Drunken Negro face cookies in a few moments here.
I can't wait.
Yes.
Are you on Opie's Twitter?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I threw him a bone. I'm technically following Sam.
You like to stay updated?
No, I just threw you a bone. You watch your name get off that list by Monday.
No.
I also threw Big A bone. I'm following him for a little while. But he's just annoying with his food updates. and where he's dropping off passengers.
You'll notice that everywhere he stops, there's like the cops are finding. That's how they're going to track all the prostitutes being slaughtered. They're just going to follow that idiot's Twitter account. I stopped off and help the Lord. And they'll find just a leg with a stocking and a skew shoe sticking out of a dumpster.
Oh, is he a ghoul?
He really is. I have a picture of him when I was doing my book signings, and he would come with a megaphone, and he was wearing a tuxedo.
I was there,
and
Jimmy.
He's just a disaster.
It was hilarious.
He's just a mess.
It was hilarious. All right, Drunken Negro face cookies.
The owner of the well-known Lafayette French pastry shop calls his inaugural creation.
He said to me, "Would you like some Drunken Negro heads to go with your coffee?" I didn't know what to say, and then he continued to say they're in honor of our new president. He then continued on to say he's following the same path as Abraham Lincoln. He will get his.
Wow.
What a dope.
Wow, they always say, bad publicity is good for you. Any type of publicity is good. I don't know in this case.
What an idiot! Like I don't mind a good drunken faced Negro cookie. Goes nicely with certain beverages.
Yeah.
White wine.
Yeah.
But what are you doing with assassination references while you're selling drunken black cookies on Black President Inauguration Day? What a dope.
What a dope is right, Jimmy. Here we go.
In Style magazine mentioned Lafayette Bakery as a celebrity favorite. Its cakes have reportedly been used on Sex and the City and in a Spike Lee film. As for his inaugural cookies, the baker says,
I call them Drunken Negro heads. What's the problem with that?
and on Tuesday he says he temporarily changed the name.
It was the inauguration, so I thought it would be cool to say it Obama heads.
Obama heads.
I just changed it for the day.
This is the dumbest business owner I've ever heard about.
He's trying to be, I'm the guy who will say anything like, hey, I don't follow convention.
Right.
But it's like, what do you expect to happen when you have, it's not like it looks like Obama, or it doesn't even look like a black guy. It looks like Mr. Potato Head if he had Down syndrome.
Yeah.
It's just a black thing with like big lips. It doesn't even look like a person.
He didn't even try. That's awful.
It's a Drunken Negro face.
Cookie.
Called the baker now defends his Lincoln comment. What do you mean he's going to get his like Lincoln did?
Theater tickets.
Oh, wow. This guy is in deep trouble.
Yeah, or maybe he has a big tall hat.
This guy's going to get a little visit.
Yeah.
He denies using the N-word or wishing for President Obama the same fate as Lincoln.
Lincoln, I think, was from Illinois, right? Right. Okay, so there you go. He was following the footsteps of Lincoln.
You know what? What happened to your bravery? What happened to your bravery?
This guy
what an ass.
stinks.
Why don't you back up your cute little joke now that there's a camera in front of you?
Do you know how badly I wanted
loser.
I wanted to be on this guy's side so badly.
Right.
I wanted to be on his side.
Why, though?
Because I think he's phony. I'm listening to him. He's a dumb, he's an obnoxious douche, and he's trying to be obnoxious, but he won't just, you're like, hey, what's the problem? But he full well knows what the problem
Sure.
is. It's like, don't be a child about it. You know what the problem is. Don't try to be like, hey, guys, I'm just doing my thing. Because if you're purposefully trying to be controversial, then at least say you're trying to be controversial. Don't go, hey, what's the problem? I'm just doing the, it's like, we know what you're doing.
Yeah, it's very obvious. The baker says the cookies are not racist.
Yes.
As for the cookies themselves, with the
I want to know if they taste good.
Are they open right now?
They're in Greenwich, though.
Yeah. Oh, Greenwich, Connecticut, not Greenwich.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Okay.
Maybe someone could bring some by. I'm sure he's not making them anymore.
Oh, that's probably explain why they did. There's no blacks that live there. I thought it was Greenwich Village. I'm like,
That's what I'm saying. It's real brave to do it in Greenwich, where there might be four fake black guys. I grew up with fake black guys.
Yeah.
There's real black guys like Malik, and then there were the black guys I grew up with.
But then you get black guys like Patrice, which is like there's real, Patrice is like, all right, we know you are.
Yeah,
black guy.
Right.
Not a fake black guy.
Right.
As for the cookies themselves, with the exaggerated features and the objectionable name, don't you think it...
Wait, they're saying it's Greenwich Village, not Connecticut, you dummy, Sam.
They said on the report Greenwich, Connecticut.
Oh, boy. Maybe then Cassius on the phone is a dummy.
Can we at least ask Cassius? I don't want to diss Cassius.
Cassius.
Hello there, guys.
Hi, Cash.
They said right at the beginning of the report, it says Greenwich Village. Everybody...
I think you're right, Cassius.
So let's get
Well,
somebody.
thank you, Jimmy.
Yes, Danny.
Yeah, I think it is Greenwich Village. I'm on the Arnold Diaz blog.
Wow.
Is he finished?
What do you get on the Arnold Diaz blog?
Not much, apparently, besides a picture of the Drunken Negro face cookie.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does say
That's
that
Arnold
it
Diaz.
is. It's the Greenwich Village Bakery. I won't give the name out, but it does say Greenwich Village. So.
Well, then I think we know where intern David's going to be.
David, go get us some of these cookies, all right?
Are they open right now? What's that? They should be open. Bakeries.
Yeah.
Get David the directions, and then David.
You go get some of those, David. We'll tell you off the air. We're trying to do a radio show. Jesus.
Here's a boob.
All right, he's saying they're not racist cookies.
As for the cookies themselves, with the exaggerated features and the objectionable name, don't you think it's like promoting racism?
No,
To say drunken Negro? I mean, isn't that an unflattering portrait?
Drunken Negro face cookie.
It just seems like you're singling out black people, making a cookie that has a very unflattering face on it with an unflattering name.
It's not unflattering.
It's not?
No, it's not.
Look at it.
I think it's a fun face.
This guy is so out of touch with the difference between being like edgy and honestly edgy and just being a douche who doesn't know how to defend that he's being a douche. This is one of those dummies who just will put his foot in his mouth. He'll drop an N-bomb and go, "Wait, black people could say it. Why can't I?" And then he'll wonder why he's having his teeth kicked in. He's a stupid man. I want one of those cookies badly.
We gotta at least try it.
Yeah, my fat average body.
The cookies are just for fun. This is just for fun, everybody.
Yeah, it's just,
The baker gets inducted into the Hall of Shame. Oh, you don't want that to happen. This is Arnold Diaz. He doesn't take any prisoners.
Dude, the song is terrible because I keep waiting for the shame on you, and it goes shame, 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 and I'm like,
He says the cookies are a caricature and a work of art. He says no one got upset about the dead geese bread he baked after the recent plane crash.
You know what?
The dead geese bread.
that he did after the plane crash.
Now it would be acceptable humor for most people. I'm sure some people think this is hilarious, whatever. I don't have time for you, to be honest with you.
I will say this. If he does this all the time, like if he always has an obnoxious cookie,
right?
Like if he has Jews or Asians or he trashes tragedies like that, then it's fine with me.
But he could just say, well, we always kind of capitalize off that stuff. He doesn't have to go in and say, no, it's for fun. There's no reason to be offended.
That's true.
All right, let's listen.
Way to play devil's advocate, Sam. Touche.
Wow. Where can we listen to your radio show? My God. We got new competition. Oh.
He says the cookies are a caricature and a work of art. He says no one got upset about the dead geese bread he baked after the recent plane crash.
Let me venture a guess. It's because geese don't go into the bakery and buy cookies.
Yeah.
You idiot. I can't believe that the N-bomb cookies are not doing well when my mouse with brain cancer cakes were very big sellers. You're a fool.
This guy is a fool.
He says the cookies are a caricature and a work of art. He says no one got upset about the dead geese bread he baked after the recent plane crash. You don't think black people would like this portrayal of them on the cookie, do you?
Yeah, they did. They actually, I asked people who come here on a regular basis. I got both sides of the fence.
The bakery owner says he's not prejudiced.
My brother-in-law, he's Cuban. So, I mean...
Oh, that excuse. We've all used it. Hey, I got black friends.
Oh, my brother-in-law, he's Cuban.
Cuban.
You're really reaching. You're really reaching.
Brother-in-law, he's Cuban. So, I mean, I like everybody, as long as they buy. For me, it's just a fun thing. That's all it was. And anybody who says anything else is basically should be ashamed of themselves.
No, we think the shame belongs to him.
Oh.
So to our Fox 5 Hall of Shame, we induct Ted Kefalinos.
Shame on...
Now it's just shame.
Oh, Ted Kefalinos. Was he Greek?
That sounds Greek, right? What?
Capellino. Oh, Kefalinos.
Whatever.
Rock, you obviously frequented that place many times. What nationality is this man?
Yeah, you like their cookies? You know all the bake shops in New York.
We're getting some right now. I haven't tried them yet.
Should be good.
You broke the mic. You broke the mic, Rock.
Okay.
What are you doing? We're treating it like it's a scale.
You're always so uncomfortable.
I know.
Well, look what I walk into. I'll just sit and make myself at home.
You know, I am impressed, though. You've come a long way. I miss the days where we would just throw a little jab at you and you'd break down and cry.
Yeah, we
have to take a rape
again.
shower. You haven't cried in a while. You got tougher skin, my friend.
Yeah.
You're doing all right. What'd you just hand me? Jim's voicemail? Yeah, we're trying to get this bit to...
I don't do them for the air. I'm not that.
I know, but when E-Rock listens to these and brings it to me, I think it's airworthy.
Yeah,
maybe
this
we
last
don't put
one
them
you
all
did
on
was
the
really
air.
Funny.
Really? I don't even remember. What
You had to start over again because I guess there was a cop near you. You had to hang up real quick and then start over again.
Yeah, I screwed up. I was so mad at myself.
And what is this all about, Jimmy? We're all promoting our interaction with the listeners. You do voicemails for everybody.
917-267-2602 is the number you call, and I can actually call and you get messages from me, and it doesn't cost you anything or any of that crap. And this is that was right after this is when my body image stuff happened this weekend or a few days ago. I had received. Let's just say I filmed a girl doing something to me.
Oh, you talked about that a little bit on the air. Well, this is the voicemail of you really talking about
I was on my way downtown right after it happened. I was looking for a wood chipper to throw myself in.
Nice. And if Stumpbrain sends me the picture, I'll send out the picture of the Drunken Negro face cookies to all my followers on Twitter. I don't have it yet. As soon as I get it, I'll send it out to everybody. Once again, what?
You'll tweet it.
Or is it a twit pic?
You tweet a twit pic.
I'm tweeting a twit pic?
Yes.
As you said,
the hell did I get myself into here?
As you said that, one of Fedor's fish should have just crashed through your cheekbone.
Opie Radio is my handle on Twitter, so I'm going to tweet a twit pic to my followers.
Yes.
So they could eyeball it?
Right.
Right. This is a good question. Let's go to Mike in Jersey before we move on. Mikey.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, Mike.
Hey, I just wanted to ask a quick question about the drunken blackface cookies. Was it such a big deal that he was a non-African American baker, or would they make such a big thing about it even if he was African American?
You know what? Who knows, man? They probably wouldn't make as big deal about it if he was black. But there was something about this guy, and I never side against guys like this. And I'm not siding against him now. I just think he's a douche. And it's like if you're trying to be purposefully controversial,
and
like
outrageous,
hey, look how outrageous I am. You better have better talking skills than what? It's a beautiful cookie. You know, he couldn't defend his point.
No, he sounds like a complete idiot. But I think it's just boring news, and they want to make us think about the poor guy because someone got offended. And if someone died on the plane, then they would have made us think about the dead bird.
You're probably right, but chances are the same thing would have happened if he had a Jew cake or you know what I'm saying?
It just gets you get tired of hearing it after a while. Yeah, it's a stupid thing to do, but come on, it's 2009. We have an African American president. I think everyone needs to just get the hell over it. You know what I mean?
I'm more upset that the cookie is just a disaster if you look at it.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like anything. He has horrible skills. He doesn't have a hint of art in his soul.
If he was an artist, he would have a racist cookie section and have the parodies of blacks, Asians, Jews. That would be interesting. And A, you have more cookies to sell, and B, nobody can give you any crap about it, but at least make them look like they're good cookies. This thing looks like a turd with just two red things on it.
It's horrible.
Oh, I wonder how it tastes. He's probably not even a good baker.
Oh, well, we're going to find out. I would love to get one of those.
Yeah, we're sending David down there. If he's open today, he doesn't have those cookies anymore.
He might. Give me after the story, he might.
We'll see.
After today, he probably won't.
All right, Mikey, thank you.
All right, thanks, man.
All right.
You guys are good.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one, Jimmy. It's more that he's not, backing up his point.
There's something about him that's just irritating, and the way he's calling them, like, the drunken Negro fish. There's something like I'm being so shocking and outrageous, and then he just kind of has nothing to back it up other than just the cornball,
right?
Run-of-the-mill explanation.
We got an update on the Negro face cookies.
Yeah.
What's the deal on that? It's called Drunken Negro face cookies.
Apparently, Sam's got the
Sam. Yes, we sent Dave down to the village to try to get some Drunken Negro face cookies so we could try them out.
Yeah, and the owner of the bakery got there, but he said that he was only doing it for the holidays, so I made them ask what holidays, and he said they were only doing the cookies for Martin Luther King Day, and then they were extending it to Inauguration Day, but they don't have any more, they can't make any more, we can't have any.
What kind of cookies are they making now that might be really edgy?
I don't know.
We should have asked.
He didn't have any edgy.
Wow, that means he got a bit scared. Because wouldn't this be the perfect time to be making these now that you got attention?
Yep. I'd like one. I'm going to go home and make my own. Yeah. Sometimes I'll have Oreos, and I'll just separate them and yell at the white part.
All right. We have an update on a story we brought you Friday.
You
missed a great story on Friday, Anthony.
We brought you. Yes, I've been getting. I know what story you're going to talk about. I think anyway. I've been getting little inklings and things about this story, but I don't know anything about it. Mm-hmm. People have decided that I would appreciate it.
Sean from North Carolina. Virginia Tech needs one of those blank days without a killing signs.
Oh, like on construction sites?
Yeah.
50 days without an accident?
Yeah. It's the Drunken Negro face cookie follow-up.
I don't know what this is.
Well, there's this dope that runs a bakery down in the Village here in New York City. He thought it'd be really funny to have Drunken Negro face cookies in honor of Obama becoming our president.
But I don't get drunken. What does that have to do with it?
Dumb name.
Oh, okay.
They look like black people supposedly, but this is.
Yeah.
Dan, you got a picture you can bring up? It's terrible.
Yeah. It's just look at that. Look at the cookie. It's just horrendous. It looks like
that's scary.
It looks like a cookie, maybe a 5-year-old would make. You let the kid bake a little bit with you. That's what they would come up with.
It looks like those pictures of those deformed children that you find sometimes.
It's horrible.
They're like got gummy eyes and
like the cleft lip kids that they show you on the subway.
Yeah. Ugh.
Guy was trying to be outrageous, got caught.
Oops.
Supposedly he makes outrageous bakery items from time to time.
Oh, is he one of those where you can make the the penis shaped cakes and stuff? Oh,
more like stuff. Yeah, go ahead.
He said nobody complained when he made dead goose bread the week before.
What is that?
In honor of the
Flight 1549.
Yeah.
Oh, he just likes running with the news stories, doesn't he?
So the follow-up, he's getting some death threats, and if he was a radio show, he'd be so fired. So fired.
At Lafayette French Pastry, Ted Kefalinos' phone is ringing off the hook.
We African Americans, dude. You making fun of us.
Huh? Is he Greek?
Yeah. Oh. Ted the Greek.
Ted the Greek.
African Americans, dude. You making fun of us. Your shop will burn to the ground tonight.
Ted is getting death threats now for this cookie that people call racist, hurtful, and ignorant. And the name is what puts this pastry over the top.
I call them Drunken Negro heads. What's the problem with that?
Okay. What's the problem with that?
Well, there's a bunch of problems.
Yeah, it could be a couple of problems.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I call them Drunken Negro heads.
He's. But when you listen to him talk, he's aggravating.
Yeah.
He's an aggravating guy. He's not saying, hey, I was just trying to be funny. What's the problem?
I'm funny joke, man. I make the funny.
Do we have a picture of him, Danny, the guy? I'd love to see what this creep looks like.
Imagine he looks just like the cookie.
I know. And
that's why he's so angry.
and his uncle's name, it looks like his uncle's name was Drunken Negro Head. It's a really weird, like the island of Lesbos.
It's just a commemorative thing he's doing for his family.
Yeah, his uncle.
That's one of my favorite clips, by the way. I'm proud to be a lesbo.
A lesbian.
Maybe we can find that. Here's the second half of the story. This is the update on the Drunken Negro head cookies.
Now the community is calling for a boycott. Carol says even with Ted's apologies, she just can't shop here anymore.
Okay, no, I'm not going here. Okay, that's enough. I couldn't.
I'm speechless. I don't know what to say.
Ted says he is truly sorry. He says in the spirit of Martin Luther King, he'd like to be forgiven for his mistake.
Seriously, and from the bottom of my heart, it was an innocent design that I created, and it was nothing more than just a piece of art. That's it.
Art.
All right, the guy's a douche, but I won't shop there despite his apology. Can we send somebody down there to buy something at his bakery?
People are really phony, is what it is.
Yeah.
And they say that, it's like, what did he do? Oh, well, then I'll never shop there. It's like, shut up.
You think Reverend Al, is this a big enough story for Reverend Al?
No. The guy put out a dumb friggin' cookie thing that people found offensive. So what?
They're horrendous
Who
looking.
Cares? I'm offended on a... Not offended. But like, I see things that I could be offended about on a daily basis. You just walk by, thicken up. Shut your mouth. What?
When you said there's things you're offended by, the first thing I thought of was Seal and Heidi Klum.
Yeah. Oh, okay. People are just too oversensitive these days, with especially race.
I think
where it comes in. I don't. You know something. Again, the double standard. If it's the other way around, and there's some kind of anti-white, or even if you delve into the European race, where you got an anti-German or Italian or whatever thing, it would go unnoticed.
I think the problem
unnoticed.
I think the problem we had when we were discussing this on Friday, the guy was just an ass.
Yeah,
the guy's an ass.
It really bothered us that he was just an ass.
He was annoying. He was like trying to be outrageous.
Thinks he's funny and outrageous. He's just being stupid.
And now he's backpedaling because now he knows his business is at risk. But like, why don't you keep making the cookies? You know. Yep. Let's see how brave you really are, buddy.
Yep.
They did have him on tape saying, they're in honor of our new president. He's following in the same path of Abraham Lincoln. He will get his.
Yeah, he did say that.
Was it on tape?
Yeah, that was in the interview.
Oh, yeah, we played that on Friday.
No, but I did
his cookies? Did he mean that?
Yeah, probably.
We didn't. No. That was alleged by a woman. He didn't. We don't have. There's no tape of him saying.
Of him actually saying that?
He said he meant he's following in the footsteps. There's no tape of him saying he'll get his.
That's how it was reported on Friday.
A quote on here says, "Would you like some Drunken Negro head cookies with your coffee? They're in honor of our new president. He's following the same."
Yeah, that's
path."
the woman who said he said that.
Okay.
He may have. There's no tape of him saying that.
All right. Can we get into this? So there's your update there. We'll follow that story because, you know, we follow all the big stories here on the Opie and Anthony Show.
This is making me want my Jew cake.
They don't make those, do they?
They do.
It's a matzah.
Let's tell everybody about that for the newbies out there.
They were delicious.
They were delicious.
He had them over my house.
You had a little baker down in the village, I think, West Village.
You didn't quite call him that, though, did you?
No.
And he would come up with like wacky cookies depending on, I guess, current events. Supposedly he made some kind of Sully geese cookie thing. I don't know.
This guy's an idiot.
And he made drunken Negro face cookies in honor of our president. Right?
Honor.
Or in honor of the people that voted. What was his take on that thing again?
His take on this thing was trying to sell cookies.
Right.
Obama's not a drunk. So it's like, I don't get the drunken Negro face.
It was tasteless for many.
Why, you have one? You should use more sugar.
Yes.
We got
sugar, wine.
You might have to make cookies for 30 or 40 Klansmen. I love cookies.
Oh,
that's right. I had a cooking place, and I would make yam cookies.
Ew. Why yam?
Yams are delicious, Gregory, especially in cookie form.
I hate the yam.
They're wonderful.
Yam socks.
Bologna cookies are big sellers.
Bologna cookies?
Yes.
They sound very perishable.
They are. They had a shelf life of 11 minutes.
Well, we got an update on Drunken Negro Face Cookie Guy.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. I was kind of surprised that, we'll put the picture up of the cookie on onaradio.com. I was surprised that this guy kind of went away. There was a little bit of a protest. We went down there to try to talk to the guy, and he kind of closed his business for a few days.
Yeah. I guess that's what you have to do, you know, and then you reopen and everyone leaves you alone.
But this guy never went away, and we got an update today.
The day after our initial report, we broadcast what the baker called an apology.
Big bad bricks, wall by wall.
But the reaction intensified. The new Black Panthers began protesting every Saturday outside the bakery on Greenwich Avenue. Local officials, including State Senator Thomas Dwayne, demanded the baker undergo diversity training.
We really pushed him to agree to allow the state to come in and do a training on what his responsibilities are as a business.
So last week, Kefalinos attended a...
Wow. I'm sorry to interrupt the clip. Do you believe...
Go ahead. Hit it.
The nerve
Hit it.
of the government to step in with a business owner and say that we think he needs to feel differently about the product. How dare you?
It is just an intrusion into our lives by the government now.
That is the left.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly. That is the left.
Get Weeze back on the phone.
Sensitivity training.
How dare you?
He would actually agree with you on this one.
Yeah, I know.
You know, you can't allow the government to do that. Whether you like or hate the drunken Negro face cookie guy, you can't do this. You can't do this.
It's freedom of expression and diversity training.
Right.
We're based in freedom of expression and free speech, and sometimes people are not going to like it.
And a free
Too
market
bad.
too. You know.
Yes.
Let's not forget that. It's simple. If enough people don't like drunken Negro face cookie guy, he's going out of business because he's not going to get the business he needs to keep going.
We're living in a world, and this is a related story. We could talk about it later a little more in depth, but the United Nations is trying to pass a resolution to make it illegal to criticize Islam in any way, shape, or form.
What?
Yes. Yeah. And yes,
that's crazy.
Absolutely, they are. And this isn't some wacky guy in there just running off at the mouth and everybody going, They're gonna friggin' pass this thing where the countries then have, based on their laws, the right to then either adopt the law or not. But the United Nations is going to push this forward where a country will be able to say you cannot criticize Islam or you will suffer a penalty. Depending, it could be anything from a slap on the wrist to death. And it's obviously a freedom of speech issue here in this country. But, that means a guy that writes an article about it, posts something on a website, could be held criminally liable for critiquing Islam. Which, by the way, why would they need a resolution for just Islam? Why? People comment a little too much? People saying things that maybe are a little hurtful, a little too true?
Or is it a fear-based thing because of the absolute 15th century barbarism they use to deal with people who disagree with them, whether it's intelligently or not? Mm-hmm. Their answer is to stab the playwright and then sit on his chest and wait for the police to show up. That's their answer. The
United Nations is being run by Islam. At this point, it really is. It should absolutely not be in this. It shouldn't be in the state of New York, especially Manhattan, and it shouldn't be in this country. The United Nations should be moved out of this goddamn country. I'm tired of it. These people come here, they do nothing but slam us, and then they're treated like kings. When they come here,
they go to the finest restaurants.
They enjoy the nightlife.
They enjoy the finest hookers that Manhattan has to offer.
Oh, they love it. And then all they do is bash.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Wow. Put it in some crap hole that you live in.
Who's pushing this resolution?
Yeah, we're going to have to follow this one.
There's a huge delegation of Islamic states that are pretty much running the United Nations now.
So if all the Islamic states say this is what they want, they have enough. They got enough numbers to get this through.
Yeah, they're fine.
Can't the U.S. veto it?
Do we really?
Probably.
This is not a Security Council issue. This is a binding resolution.
Binding resolution. That's what it's called.
This is the fourth straight year that they have attempted to push this through. They have a 57-nation organization. And that is asking the UN to adopt legislation banning the defamation of religion. And this came out of that cartoon that was.
But all religion.
Well, they're specifically targeting Islamic defamation.
Yes.
Because of remember the cartoon a couple of years ago, and there's a Dutch documentarian who's not been allowed to travel to England because they want to prosecute him for defaming Islam.
In England?
In England.
Well, England, by the way,
state
is sickening. You think England? I've had enough of hearing about how great England is. Because our problems, black and white, are their problems with, I guess, Islam and non-Islam,
yes.
Muslim, non-Muslim.
Yeah.
They are, because Ken Livingstone was the mayor of London, just a groveling, terrified man.
Yes, of course.
Wow.
Yeah, England for free speech sucks.
We'll follow that one. But we don't really listen to the United Nations, huh?
Less and less.
We do less and less.
We used to.
But Bush didn't really listen to the United Nations now, did he?
It was, years ago.
Not
when
really.
It served some kind of a purpose. Now it's just showboating.
All right, let's get back to the Drunken Negro face cookie guy. So, where were we? The government stepped in and pretty much hinted that this guy should do a little diversity training, right?
Yes, the state.
Some politician. I never heard of him before.
But can you imagine if they bashed Christianity and a politician had said, we think the state should send somebody in to teach you about bashing Christianity, how fast people would be up in arms about it. Who is this a Democrat, obviously?
Well, let's listen and find out more here.
So last week, Kefalinos attended a State Division of Human Rights racial sensitivity training session.
Oh, my God.
Racial sensitivity.
What radio station did they get this broad from to come in and give the training class?
It's like when you get too many tickets and have to go to that class. Do you really care, or are you just going to get your record clean? You're sitting there with a bunch of racists and everything else like you do in those driving classes. It's like, yeah, I was drinking. Yeah, I got a ticket.
Go to that class to make new friends.
Yeah.
That's what it does.
We'll go out, smoke a butt, talk about the all right, yeah. We got a break coming up.
Jesus. You know what, though? That's so true.
Yeah.
Last week, Kefalinos attended a State Division of Human Rights racial sensitivity training session. A session Senator Duane's staff reported was not very successful.
He really needs to undergo much more sensitivity training because I'm not sure that he's completely gotten the message yet.
What, do you want to give him electric shock treatment?
A lobotomy.
Right.
Just have him cart him out and let Chief smother him with a pillow.
Look, I hate the guy. I hate the drunken Negro face cookie guy. I really do.
I don't know drunken face Negro cookie guy. I don't know what he does.
I understand. You have to take that position for your fellow message board.
Tell him you don't like sugar cookies. I'll never make him again, believe me.
I'll understand.
Yeah.
I don't like this guy because of what, whatever, but this is even worse. This whole government stepping in with the diversity training crap.
The language this scumbag is using.
Amazing.
My chest, I'd like to slap his face.
It is so completely anti-American without even trying to camouflage it.
Right.
This is against everything that this country stands for. Everything.
Now, we've listened to 2 clips. You know who this person is, the reporter, right? Anyone?
Anyone?
Yeah.
Anyone?
Cool.
Don't say it.
I don't know.
I know.
I don't know.
Me and you know. I had no doubt you would know. Shame on you, guy. Arnold Diaz.
Arnold Diaz.
Now, is Arnold Diaz going to step in and say how outrageous this is, hopefully?
Well, shame on Arnold Diaz if he doesn't.
How about Arnold Diaz saying shame on this, what is this, assemblyman, this bum?
Right.
Who is this? It's a senator? Yeah.
From where?
From where and what Democrat, obviously, but...
I think he said Senator
Doucheville?
Duane, which he's the state senator who handles that region on the west side. I thought I heard him say Senator Duane's staff.
We can't allow this to happen, man. Let's take up our arms and go down there.
He needs more sensitivity training. The government has deemed this gentleman needs more sensitivity training. And I hate to bring up things like this, but when you watch the movie 1984, it is hysterical how they actually want the person to believe before they kill them.
Right.
Like they do want the person to love Big Brother and the country and everything like so the sensitivity training, they actually want this guy and expect him to change his thinking based on what the government thinks is best.
Or what is popular and acceptable at the moment.
Yeah.
Here's what I want to know. All you slippery slope liberals, where are you? Where are you complaining? All you Big Brother obsessed liberals who complain about, well, they put up traffic cams, they're going to monitor me.
Yeah.
And here's a guy saying the government thinks he needs to think differently. Where are you?
Yeah.
Where is your outrage? Why am I screaming? I apologize.
That's
boring myself.
bigger than any traffic camera or phone tapping or any of that stuff. Is the fact that this guy is implying that the government should be in charge of changing your thinking,
changing your baking habits.
Your baking habits. It should just who the hell is this guy?
This guy should say, you know what? I don't agree with this business owner at all.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the price you pay in a free society is people are going to do and say things that don't infringe on your rights that you don't like.
Absolutely.
But we don't have that in this country. And I want to know,
Everyone should understand that, by the way. There's so many people out there still don't understand the point Jimmy just made, the basic point of this country.
Where are all of you outraged liberals who I hear from all the time, and you complain all the time about Big Brother? Where are you with this type of thinking? You allow it.
They were standing around him in that picture, all smiling at him. Is what they're doing.
Big fatso he is with a dumb tie.
This guy's bakery would close quicker than anything if they just publicized the fact and nobody would shop there. You're not going to change his mind.
When did Tim Sabian go into politics?
Yeah, really.
His tight slacks.
God, I hate this guy.
Our report also got the attention of the United States Secret Service.
That do good. I hate Arnold
The
Diaz.
Secret Service
There's so much
investigating cookies.
There's so much going on with this story. I hate Arnold Diaz. He's that guy that we all hated in school.
He's an attention whore.
The guy that had to be the tattletale.
Well, I want
going
to
to the principal behind your back.
Did the Secret Service get in touch with Jesse Jackson after he was heard whispering into a Fox News microphone that he wanted to rip Obama's testicles off? This is a guy with access to Obama.
That's a great question.
This is a guy.
That's something you have to look into.
Didn't touch
when
him.
someone says that, especially on TV.
But he didn't mean for it to be heard. So it was actually said in a private moment,
which is even
scarier. And this is a guy who is not searched before he sees the president. This is a guy who has unrestricted access to the president. So did the Secret Service contact him?
That's a great question.
Or is it only in stupid cookie making things?
The Secret Service is investigating cookies.
God, is Arnold Diaz a sissy?
Our report also got the attention of the United States Secret Service.
Thank God, right,
Special
Arnold?
agents were recently sent to speak with the baker about statements he allegedly made to two customers.
And as he walked away, he continued on to say he's following the same path as Abraham Lincoln. He will get his.
But the Secret Service wanted to
What a
know
big hat.
more. Kefalinos told the Villager newspaper they asked if I'd ever been treated for any mental illness. The answer's no. They asked if I'd been to Washington recently. Am I a member of any groups? He refused to say what else
The
they
Beatles.
asked.
Nothing happened. No.
Oh, boy.
That's probably standard questions.
This guy's going to be found dead.
Nah.
6 months from now. Tiny little story, page 84 of the paper.
Remember Cookie Man? That was it.
And Arnold Diaz is such a fraud.
I hate him.
Wouldn't you love, if anybody who's listening, we have people in the media that listened, can somebody contact him and say, why aren't you doing a piece on this fat piggy senator, whatever he is, and say, why are you thought policing citizens?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you legislating thought?
We don't see it as thought policing at all. What we're doing is sensitivity training. This gentleman obviously isn't sensitive to the diversity that we have in this great land of our blah, 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 blah. Shut it.
Wow, there's some crazy phone calls coming in.
What?
Wow. Let me play the last clip, and everyone on hold, just stay there.
Then, last week, he posted this notice of apology in the store window. It says in part, to the people who perceived our product was offensive, I apologize for an error in judgment. What I saw as a flower, you saw as a thorn, based on cross-cultural differences. His supporters say the baker has suffered enough over an innocent mistake.
Tears?
He's really sorry about it
Wow. Wow. That's hilarious.
He thought it was a cute little flower thing.
What I saw as a flower, you saw as a bucket of chicken. Excellent apology. Jesus.
Way to go. We're not saying this guy isn't a dummy. My God.
And he's really sorry about it because he had no idea that it would hurt people's feelings.
But some say the apology, which blames the irresponsible misrepresentations of the media and refers to the customer who blew the whistle on the cookies as a Helen of Troy type, is further proof the baker just doesn't get it.
Shame.
He can't use shame on you anymore because he changed stations.
Good.
I am Enzo. I am here for the cookies. The cookies.
For your president. For your president.
For your president.
We got to go to Greg in Philly. Listen to this. Greg, you're on the Opie and Anthony show.
Hey, guys, I'm just calling for the main fact that it seems like you guys are just trying to pick a fight. It's like you're angry about something and that you're just calling this guy out. He definitely has mental issues, correct?
Who does?
Cookie guy?
We don't know.
We're not calling Cookie Guy out.
That would mean Anthony has mental issues.
Hey.
Right, no, I understand. But what my point is, this is not that big of a deal. This isn't affecting you. How does this affect you? How does this
It doesn't.
bother you?
Because this kind of thing snowballs, just like this stupid politician talking about thought policing people's sensitivity. You don't think that's crazy? That a politician should get in somebody's face and say that you're not thinking properly and you need to go to some kind of training? You don't find that dangerous?
Anthony, this man made national headlines basically threatening the president in an indirect way off baked goods. This guy has issues.
Dude. The politician is mentioning sending this guy to sensitivity training, not based on any threats he made, but based on the fact that his cookie was offensive. It had nothing to do with any threats that were made. The Secret Service visited him based on some woman saying that he said something. But this politician saying that he needs to go to sensitivity training wasn't based on the fact that he made any threats to the president. It was that he wasn't being sensitive to to black people by making these cookies. Is that crazy?
A little bit, because listen, on the other end of the spectrum, you look at it. This man is making baked goods, correct? Right. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And now, at the end of the day, I'm an idiot. I don't know what to say.
Dude, you just
no.
The problem is this: you're wrong because it's a national story, so we're talking about it. If he made a threat towards the president, Secret Service has got to talk to you.
Right.
Okay, fine. That's no one's complaining about that.
Yeah, that's whatever. That's fine.
If he said something about Obama getting shot like all right, fine. You got to be talked to by the Secret Service.
Yeah, of course.
We're talking about the politically incorrect angle of the cookies, this mock outrage, and this fruity politician, and the thought policing. How is that not bothering you?
Yeah.
And I've never heard liberals stick up for points of view they don't agree with.
Jimmy, hold on. Jimmy, first off, you're an idiot, so I'm not even going to listen to you. Well, my point is, if he said no, I do not want to go. If he says no,
sir, I'm going to just.
I agree with the guy now.
Well, sir, I'm going to. You have no point, and you know that. You're probably a guilty liberal who cannot defend that your own ideology is just kind of biting itself in the ass now.
Jimmy, you're an uneducated ass when it comes to politics.
Really?
You sit there and
Explain what I just said.
100%. What do you want me to explain about, James?
How am I wrong?
In what retrospect, James? What do you want from me?
I want to know.
A politician.
First of all, did you say in what retrospect?
Sorry, sir.
You dummy. But I'm uneducated. So I'd like to know how is that good where this politician is legislating thought and thinking the state should send or have this man sent to sensitivity training for an issue that should have nothing to do with the state?
It's the bigger picture. It's the fact that you guys are making an uproar about something you have no control about.
You don't think that it's an important issue that politicians, the government, is going to police what you think?
If this man said no, would he go to jail? Would they lock him up 10 years for making good?
Just the concept, my friend, of this politician bringing this up, that people should go to sensitivity training based on what the government believes is offensive is crazy and should be looked into. It is very serious.
He's doing it for this man's own safety. Could you imagine opening up a shop with these folks?
Thanks. That's what we need. The government stepping in for our own safety. That's always what it is. Right. It's always our safety.
There you go. Thanks a lot. I appreciate that, kiddo. You just keep justifying your own ideology shortcomings. You just keep explaining away why it's Big Brother when it's conservative, but it's for your safety when it's liberal. You just keep on doing that, but I'm an uneducated dummy. You keep on justifying how slippery slope is okay when it's conservative, but there's never a slippery slope issue when it's liberals offending you.
We're helping you.
We're helping you.
Protecting.
You crack dick jokes for a living, Jim. You hold no ground in any argument.
By the way, hold on, sir. Let me correct you. This is why I hold ground in an argument, you silly child, because I do use expression and talking for a living. This guy was doing an unpopular form of expression, and now the government is stepping in. So if I'm expressing something that's unpopular or offensive to a small segment of the population, you're goddamn right I have a reason to be annoyed when it's being addressed with someone else.
Should Jimmy go to sensitivity training because of some of the stuff he says in his act?
No, he doesn't have mental
Why?
issues. He's not a complete psychopath. He's just a moron.
Dude, you're being murdered in this argument. How does it feel to have your ass handed to you in an argument? You're a terrible debater.
All right, well then, you know what? Fine, I'm just going to hang up because you guys can't look at the fact.
You do that.
It's that big of a deal.
Just hang up. Little
not
boy,
that big of a deal.
little boy, just hang up. You suck, and your ideology sucks, and you cannot face that. You cannot face the fact that liberals really are not for free speech, or they'd be standing up defending this guy, saying he's an ass, but he has the right to be an ass in a free society.
He's just basically being helped out at the end of the day.
Sure he is. That's what you
Helped
do.
out.
All right.
We're
Thank you very
helping
much.
Let's go to
the
Jonathan.
government's helping by telling you that you need to think differently.
Dude, I could have listened to that guy.
I know.
Just dig your own grave,
That's what he
stupid.
did.
Just keep digging, stupid.
We're fans of less government. We're fans of the politicians
please.
leaving our music, our radio shows, our video games,
Right.
just leaving us the F alone.
But Greg and Philly, you be a good boy, and you keep being told how to think. Good boy.
We got an angry liberal on the line here, and he agrees with Jimmy. Jonathan from Long Island. He's labeled himself angry liberal. What's up, Jonathan?
Morning, guys.
Hey.
Not only am I an angry liberal, I'm a law professor, really liberal dude. I totally agree with you, totally. You, the answer to speech you don't like, more speech.
Yeah.
You know what? People don't like this guy. Let them stand in front of his shop with cookies in his image.
Right.
But
it's totally dead.
No, I'm sorry. Go.
I stood with you guys. I stood with Imus. Even if I disagree with them, this is America. You don't get to tell me what you think.
Do you think,
or what I think?
I agree with you because I'm one of these idiots that holds myself and everybody else to the kind of the same standards. Do you think I agree with Farrakhan? I mean, no. But I would never want Farrakhan to have any repercussions for what he said, other than maybe people who don't agree with him don't show up to hear him talk. It's like, so if I don't agree with a guy and I'm all for him saying whatever he wants, why shouldn't other people feel the same way about what I say or anybody else? It's like, it's simple.
That's the basics.
We're a country of spoiled babies who kick and scream until we get our own way, and we don't like what somebody said, so we want people to legislate so they can't say it. That's all it is. It's a spoiled children we are.
And that guy,
go ahead. Sorry, sir.
That guy from Philly, the only reason he can stand on the radio and talk to you guys is because of that.
He was a dummy, though.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't mind debating a guy if he was brighter, but to hear, like, you're an idiot, like, it's like, all right, child, I'm not your mommy and daddy. You're not trying to get extra allowance from me. If you're going to call in and debate a point, just be a man and debate it.
Right.
Don't be kicking and screaming, little boy. This is not mommy you're talking to.
We have to head toward a break, but Dan and East Meadow, I don't think we have, we might have just a, Dan, if you make it quick, we can squeeze you in here. What's up?
Yeah, I don't agree with the politician, but why don't they go after the friggin' rap artist? It's a double standard again, the typical double standard. And the guy from Philly was a douche.
Yeah, well, he knows that. He is a douche. But again, it's embarrassing when you.
Well, the rap artists definitely say some outrageous stuff. Should they take
sensitivity training?
Yes. I'm not a big fan of the rap thing, but I feel like they should be able to sing whatever the F they want.
I feel the same way, but come on, no more double standard.
I agree. Where is this liberal? What's it? Tom Dwayne, whatever his name is. Where is he knocking on? Why isn't he in East New York knocking on the door of some rapper, or why isn't he going to Busta Rhymes' place, or some other rapper that says things that some people find offensive?
Because that's too scary.
Of course it is.
That's another theme of our show. The politicians take on the easy stuff.
They're cowards.
They always take on the real easy headlining making stuff. The real problems, please. Blank, please. Tony, black guy, D.C.
Yeah, hey, what's going on,
Hi,
guys?
Tony.
Hey, Tony, how are you, buddy?
What's up?
Hey, look, Anthony.
Yo.
Man, I'm telling you, you're going nuttier and nuttier, man.
Why is
look, first of all, Jim.
Yes, sir.
Jim, you're a liberal, and Opie, you're a liberal, but both of you guys are, like, exhibiting cognitive dissidence right now, like, oh, that's the left. I'm not part of the left. I don't think those things, it's like...
Tony, hold on. I am socially liberal about a lot of stuff. Like, I'm for gay marriage. I am for a lot of stuff.
Oh.
But when it comes to, like, crime and issues like that, I tend to be more conservative. So I'm not really a liberal at heart, but I agree with them about a lot of what they say.
But here's the thing. You guys have gotten into a pattern following this guy, Anthony. Anthony, I told you about the crazy trail or whatever. You keep going down that path because now everything is just the left.
Yeah, they called another man crazy, too, in the 30s.
Look, you always say that, man.
Hold on, Tony, what?
Sorry, Tony, what?
Here's the thing. Look, where was Anthony and all his guns and his weekend militia gang when Bush was putting people in free speech zones? When people were walking into conventions with a Bush Sucks T-shirt on and they were told to take it off or get up out of there?
That's all right. Same thing happens with people that have anti-Obama wear on and want to protest him. They don't even get close to where he's speaking. It's been that way for years.
No, it's been that way since about 2003.
And they call it a security issue. Well, you think Bill Clinton didn't have people that when they were criticizing him, they didn't chase them away when the press was going to be around? It's been happening for years, and we're not talking about that. Just people that are swept away from the president because you could even say that it's a security threat. The guy doesn't like him, whatever. But some guy just babbling about cookies. Saying politicians saying the government should step in and reprogram this guy's head is a little off.
Yeah, Tony, where you at with that? Tony, where you at with that? Do you think that should have happened with this politician?
No, because I do believe, because I listen to you guys' show. You know, I love it. I don't think that the government should step in and tell anybody what to say or how to say it and everything. Mm-hmm. But the problem is that Anthony and then the Republicans and everything, they don't legislate free speech. They don't say, you can't say this. But what they do is they demonize the people in public relentlessly. I mean, the Dixie chicks say, I'm ashamed George Bush is from Texas. And that S ran on TV day and night, radio day and night. They were boycotted and everything.
Yeah, did
Nobody said a word. It just came out of 8 years of this crazy guy who, kidnap people off the streets and just call them a terrorist. Therefore, I guess they're terrorists because George Bush pointed at them and said so. And Anthony and all his guns, he never had word one to say. Now he's putting all his guns in a safe, and he's so scared for his money and his life. I don't get this. It's the angry white man thing.
White man thing. If there's ever been a time for white man to be angry, it's now. It's
why, Anthony? Why?
Because we've been pushed into a corner of political correctness. Of political correctness where we can't even express ourselves without being called a racist. It doesn't matter what we're talking about, in what context or anything. Racist, 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 racist. That is the scarlet letter of the new millennium, is being called a goddamn racist. It ruins your life, your job disappears, and you're banished for being called a racist. And that card is pulled every 2 seconons.
No one is fired because someone calls them. Wait, hold on, listen, without reviewing what the person said. They don't just go on what anybody says, because some people do use, saying racist too much. Just like you use the analogy for Obama and Hitler every damn day.
Who reviews what somebody says and determines that it's racist and the people should be fired? Who?
The employer.
Their employer. And then why does the employer have to do that? Is it because Reverend Al and his mafia and his mafia of extortionists come over and put pressure on the employer to have a more diverse workplace, or he's going to protest and makes threats of financial despair against the company if he doesn't fire the guy? Give me a break. Where white men are backed into a corner now that we can't even get out of. When you see hate crimes, I know what a hate crime is every day when I hear one. It's a black guy that some white guy assaulted, or a white group assaulted. The other way around, it's a robbery, it's this, it's that. It's never a hate crime. Please, that case in California where that Marine was killed by a black gang of his own subordinates. You mean to tell me that wasn't a hate crime? The guy was married to a black woman. They called it a robbery. They raped the woman, murdered her, killed the guy. That wasn't a robbery. That was based on hate. That was a hateful murder.
Tony, when it comes to language, Anthony is right. White people are doing fine, but when it comes to language and what's acceptable in language and what's perceived as hate crimes, he's right.
Tiptoe on the eggshells.
He's talking
but look at Anthony. Look, This is the thing. Look, Anthony is saying, oh, my God, I'm being backed in the corner because people are saying things about me. I mean, look, when people were opposing the Iraq war, people were saying they should be charged with treason. Now, look, being charged with treason, the punishment is death.
That's silly. I never agreed with that.
Anthony is being called a racist by who knows? Because every day he's angry about some random person who, you know, who doesn't even matter. You know, but he's being
some random person.
By some guy.
You're right,
you know,
Tony.
And it ruins his whole damn life. Look at his life. His life is ruined.
My life's fantastical.
And cry in one of his dens.
My life is great. I live in a Jewish neighborhood.
You know what?
It's amazing. I love it.
Tony's making a pretty good point.
How is he making a point?
Some random guy will just ruin your day.
Random guy. It's a different random guy every day that I'm seeing on convenience store security cameras on the news.
But you'll never have a relationship with that person. You'll never meet him. They'll never.
How do I know? How do I know? It'll never affect me.
You never leave your house.
I'm sure the guy whose door was kicked in and he got a home invasion, I'm sure he was thinking the same thing. It'll never happen to me.
Frying pan lady. She didn't need a gun.
Well, what?
Well, we didn't get to the story.
Home invasion with a frying pan?
Yeah, she has an arsenal.
Hey, Tony, I got a question for you.
I enjoy shooting guns. They're fun.
Tony, you're not wrong. Tony, hold on. You talk about the Bush sucks and people being thrown out for that. You're right. That is kind of free speech.
Well, you're saying that Bush started that. I bet you it started even before Bush.
Absolutely did. But
Tony's trying to say that all started in 2003.
Wait. Hold on. Let me ask you a question.
Increased after 9/11 and everything.
Okay.
This whole thing increased. They had Clear Channel had billboards of George Bush just saying our leader. We couldn't even say anything about this guy without being called Bush bashers.
Well, Tony, come on. It was a weird time after 9/11. That's a weird example. I'm talking about free speech repression, and I don't disagree that Bush sucks shirts should be allowed at rallies. But what I'm saying is the way the left will go after that, and they'll address that as what it is. It's the unpopular speech being repressed because it's unpleasant for people to hear or see at that moment. But when it's the reverse, the left doesn't address it. And I'm the one that was screaming about the left today because I've had to deal with them in show business for 19 years. And I've had to deal with standards and practices at networks. And I see the sacred cows that they don't allow you to make fun of or that they curtail you making fun of.
It's a bigger issue, too, because you're talking about the Bush sucks, the Obama sucks T-shirts. You can't even wear Yankee sucks, Red Sox suck T-shirts anymore.
Yeah.
They're banning all that stuff.
We're
just trying to express ourselves.
We're so sensitive now to everybody.
We're sensitive to everything. This goes beyond politics and saying Obama sucks or Bush sucks.
Yeah.
You can't even say your arch rival in sports sucks.
Well, but this thing about just saying it's the left, like this Voltron-like left character that's just roaming around, just pointing at people, taking away rights.
Well, the left says the right. That's, it's the same thing. It's the same argument because the left says the right, and they criticize them. I like to think, and it's funny.
Right, though.
It's funny that people think I'm so far right. I am completely for things like abortion, woman's right to choose. I'm
you want it to be a man's right to choose. What are you talking about?
Man's right to choose. Doc Martin. And then
where you at with
gay marriage?
Yeah, where you at with that?
I'm fine with that. Go ahead.
Yeah,
get married, you dummies. You want to lose half your crap too? Try to figure out who the bitch is in the wedding, so you know who gets all the money once you get a divorce.
Let them suffer like us heteros, right, Ed?
Love that hack joke.
I hate that joke.
I'm like that. I'm for that.
God, I hate that joke.
I'm not for my tax dollars being used for a certain liberal programs. I don't like that. What are you moaning about?
Because Anthony, your taxes, you're fine. Well, I'm not going to say you're fine because your taxes is going to go up.
Yeah.
But after 8 years, come on now. Be serious, Anthony. What don't you want your taxes to go to? We pay the government. The government should do something in return.
Keep the roads nice.
They should do something and pay for.
Keep the roads nice. Keep the bridges built nice. Keep the railroads running. Things like that. I don't want to pay for midnight basketball.
Oh, it creates jobs.
No, it doesn't.
That's what Obama's saying. It's creating jobs. Don't look at each individual thing.
It's creating jobs in general.
Barack going to take Aunt's money.
I'm and give it all.
God.
I'm not happy about it, but I have no problem if the government takes just a little more, a little more.
I give so much.
If it helps the country in general,
giving more money.
I'm not happy about it, but I'm okay with it.
Coming from somebody who probably won't have to give more, that's very sincere, Tony.
What I really want.
I won't have to give more. I'm telling you the truth.
Don't tell me you rob over $250,000 a year.
Oh my God! What's wrong with you? Tony is a very educated black man.
I'm having fun with Tony,
and he's got that
comedy show.
You know what I noticed about Tony? He's got that civil rights voice. You could rise up, my brother.
No, because then Anthony will be crapping on me.
But you got that voice. You just need a bullhorn and a box, and you're ready to go, man. You got that voice to you. You can get things done. Honestly, what I really want the government to do, force me to pick. I'm serious about this too, because I do make a very nice living. Force me to pick 20 people I have to help in this world. Yeah. Then I'd be a lot happier with them taking a little more. And if they did that with all the people that do well in their lives, but force you, go, look, okay, it's time, and it has to be people that aren't making a certain amount, even give it the cutoff. I don't care.
Young white girls.
But see, that's the same thing with taxes, is that your taxes are being used to help, less fortunate people or other programs that help, okay, midnight basketball, okay, I don't understand that. Yeah, but be serious. I mean, you act like every program is midnight basketball.
No.
I mean, Jesus Christ, they have real programs that they're paying money into, and you just don't want to pay, anything more than what you already, you don't want to pay what you're paying now.
No, I don't want to pay more than I'm paying now.
Yeah,
I've gotten used to paying what I got. But in the new budget, by the way, that Obama put out, you know how he was, it's coming out. I was saying that the stimulus plan had no earmarks and transparency, and this isn't going to be like the old administration. The new budget that is coming out, by the way, has, get this, 9,000 earmarks in it. 9,000 earmarks in it.
Is that a lot?
Then, I think that's a few. And then, if I'm not mistaken, I believe the Attorney General went to Guantanamo to check things out. And here's some Obama transparency. He shunned the press, would not allow the press to follow him to Guantanamo to check out the things that are going on down there.
Oh.
That's transparency. That's business as usual.
What about these? With these earmarks, could you at least dip them in buffalo sauce and a little blue cheese?
Pierce the earmarks.
Can we at least cook them up nice if we're going to have 9,000 of them?
9,000 earmarks.
I got to read this. Brian from St. Louis, he's a regular to the Instant
Some
Feedback.
are going to, by the way, here's some money going to, and this is no crap, tattoo removal.
All right.
Tattoo removal.
That's jobs.
What? It is not. Just stop it.
Those are jobs.
It is not.
Those are J-O-Bs.
You could say anything as jobs. This is stupid stuff.
But if it gets someone working, then it helps out. Brian St. Louis writes, Opie just said, my brother, getting a little too friendly again, are you, Ope? Need a reminder of the old basketball court incident?
Yeah. Watch your laugh.
Look at Tony laughing. Hey, man, I thought I was one of you guys, Tony. What did I know? I was 15 years old.
Look, I was around, I probably wasn't even born at that time,
Tony, you call back anytime. I like you, man. I like your voice, and I like your, at least...
I like your voice, too.
Yeah,
I like the way you talk.
You like the way I talk?
I'll help you tote that wash.
I want to hear Tony... I want to hear Tony with a bullhorn, man. I think he could, get some people to rise up.
Oh, I bet.
I don't need enemies like Anthony. I don't need...
Hey, Tony, what do you do for a living?
Enemies.
Real estate.
Nice.
I am.
Tough time, though, huh, bro?
I got a few.
Yeah, it's
I'll
pretty
leave them alone.
tough, but...
That's a tough time for you guys.
Damn.
All right.
It is what it is. But thanks, guys.
All right, Tony,
all right, brah.
Hey.
Bye.
What, I call him brah. Yo, brah.
We're not going to be able to get to everyone because we got to leave, but just because we really try to, get everyone's voices heard here. Jesse in New York, they bother a guy who makes cookies, but anyone can make fun of Bush.
Yeah, that was true.
Someone named Patience. This guy gets in trouble, the cookie guy, but the KKK can march wherever they want.
Yeah.
And Ty in Hoboken, liberals used to fight for our rights.
Yeah, the Democrats used to be a completely different animal. And the Republicans, I'll be honest, it's been taken over by the extremes, and I think the media has a lot to do with that because the extremes are a lot more interesting to watch on the news because you could go, look at this nut, or you look at somebody on the left and you go, look at how angry this person's making me. It makes for more interesting viewing and talking. We're doing the same thing. The middle of the road guys, the guys that are like, take a little from each side, they're not interesting.
Right.
They're right, but they're not interesting.
Blue Healer from Kentucky. He's a regular, and he writes, "Be more funny. We're sick of the politics talk. We
Shut
get
it.
Blue Healer, come on. Tomorrow we do the dick jokes again.
Don't worry about
That's
it.
what the show does. It's a roller coaster.
You ignorant son of a bitch. Like, nobody's talking about this stuff on a daily basis, especially with the economy going the way. Where do you live? Jupiter? You dunce? Go ahead. Continue just to be stupid. Be stupid and ignorant. And just put on a Three Stooges disc and watch that.
I'm ashamed of Blue Healer. I'm ashamed of Blue Healer because of this. Today we might have got a little more serious than usual with the politics. Yesterday it was all about Jimmy farting. This is what the show's about.
Today it is too.
No.
Oh, wow.
Oh, please.
Jimmy on cue. It's amazing.
Ask and you shall receive, Opie.
Please.
Opie, my friend, asks for
please.
something, I deliver.
What a great punctuation to our political discussion that was.
That's right.